Greetings and salutations and welcome to Unreal Engine 4. I have decided that I am going to make an attempt at building a game. Yeah. Okay, so initially I started with like a top-down kind of deal. This game engine has a couple of different presets that you can use, and the top-down seemed to lend itself towards what I wanted to accomplish. Unfortunately, the camera controls on it were not helping in any way, shape or form. So then I looked at third person. Now third person I can deal with. I can probably go in and lock the camera to specific viewpoints, so we get a more of an isometric viewpoint for this guy. I just have to zoom it out a little bit, I guess, and lock this angle somewhat. But the angle snap for this is actually pretty nice. Anyway, the issue I had, and I just spent the last hour looking at, was this guy here. See this thing? The mouse cursor is what I'm talking about. This has been troubling. The third-person game, when you initially start this, it locks the mouse cursor, and the mouse cursor just vanishes from view, and the mouse controls where the camera is pointing. And for my game, what I want is the mouse cursor to be gone and the camera to be floating around when the mouse button is depressed. And by depressed, I mean pushed on, not it's feeling blue. When you let go, it comes back again, so you can interact with the environment with the mouse click. Right? Right. Yeah, well, that's a lot more of a challenge than I actually expected. And I went through a couple of different iterations to try and resolve this problem. And then I came across this, purely by accident. Now, if you're familiar with Unreal Engine 4, you'll recognize these three boxes here. This actually had controller input and VR input and touch input, and I just got rid of those. They were superfluous to my needs, and plus of course it makes the UI look a little more tidy. And I threw this in. Now initially I had set show mouse cursor on off depending if the mouse button is pushed down, or if it's not pushed down then the cursor comes back, and that was causing lots of problems, and I was getting a stupid message that flashes up in the corner of the window that says, left click to capture mouse, right click to, blah blah blah. And then purely by accident, looking at something else, I came across set input mode. Now you can change that. There's more than, I think there's 4 of these or 5 of these. Yep. Yeah, this was the resolve to my hour-long issue. This guy here. Fantastic. So at the beginning we show the mouse cursor, and then we lock on capture when the when the mouse is depressed or when the mouse is pushed upon, and then we hide the mouse cursor during capture. Now that seems easy, but it doesn't show up in project settings anywhere. You've got capture capture mouse on launch, you've got capture during right mouse click, which is kind of what I wanted, and then you got lock on capture, but it doesn't say anything about showing or hiding the mouse. So yeah, but this seems to have resolved my problem, so I guess that's that done. The next step will be locking the camera so it's more of an isometric kind of view, and then after that adding in some AI just to test, make sure I can get the AI running, continue learning about AI, and then start fleshing out things like, combat, shooting, whacking stuff with blunt instruments, whacking stuff with sharp implements, actually. Yeah, but, got to do the AI, and then things get really complicated.